KEET TV presents Homework Hotline, the after-school show that fuses learning with fun. Watch local teachers bring the classroom on air and online. This is Homework Hotline.
Hi, welcome to Homework Hotline. I'm Ken Pinkerton. I'm a retired science teacher from Zane.
Hi, I'm Amy Taylor, and I teach 7th and 8th grade math at Sunnybrae Middle School in Arcata.
And we're here to explore pie. Yesterday was Pie Day.
Yes. Woo. Math day.
Because you want to explain why it was Pie Day?
Yes, because we need pi, which is 3.14 approximately, in order to find area and circumference of circles, volume of spheres, cones, and cylinders, and anything circular. And we'll talk more about that today.
Where it comes from and all that stuff. But first, we want to remind you that the Humboldt Math Festival is coming up. Yay! We're
in person.
In person, real and live, on Saturday, April 2nd at the Adorni Center. It's from 12 to 4. It's free. And it's interesting to people of all ages. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be doing something with tessellations.
Yes.
Show how to tessellations. So there's lots of fun. There's engineering challenges. We'll have stomp rockets there. You can make
science, math, engineering.
Yep, and art.
Art.
All combined.
STEAM.
Yes. So it's a true STEAM event. And it's a lot of fun. So
all ages, little babies.
Yep.
Any age, there's no cap. No cap, either way.
Yep, it's from toddlers to octogenarians is our spectrum last time. So,
sweet.
And we'll be wearing masks too, especially in regard to little ones who can't be vaccinated yet, and people who have issues that can't be. So just out of respect to them. So come on down. Like I said, it's free. It's at the Adorni Center, April 2nd, and it's a lot of fun. So
yes,
we guarantee. So
I just figured, because people have like food in their homes, that this would be a good thing to find the area and circumference of. So as I go through the show and you kind of figure out how it's going on, you can grab anything circular to try this with, or if you happen to have something that I have up here food-wise and you want to like pause the show on TV or on YouTube and you like want to try it first and see if it matches, that's totally fine. Any way you do it, this is safe.
Yeah, right. So try this at home.
Try this at home.
Try this at home.
So I decided I'm going to start with the largest of the burrito, 12-inch burrito flour tortillas, and the kind of traditional corn tortilla, and maybe see how many of these flour tortilla area like fit into this and things like that, and how to find the area, and also how to find the circumference. I was thinking, why would you want to know how far around it is? Maybe you have a certain plate. Maybe you're making a quesadilla and you don't know if it will fit on something. So sometimes it's nice to know the circumference, which is like the perimeter, the circular perimeter, for things like that, on what space it fits in, or how many of these you could fit and cook at the same time on a cookie sheet or something. I don't know.
You just want to compare. One of the things I did is we compared the sizes of pizzas with measuring their crust, so we assumed that it had a 1-inch crust, and to what was the better deal.
Nice, yes.
Where you got genuine pizza. So
once you know how to do circumference and area of circles, you can use it for a lot of different things. So anyway, we'll pull one out and we will attempt this.
Let's see if they're true 12-inch.
Yeah, 12-inch they should be. They typically, that's what they do. It's the diameter across. So when you see things that say like 12-inch.
Except for TVs.
Except for well, that's not circular. Not yet. I don't know.
No. Well, they used to be.
In a box, in a circle.
But now TVs are measured diagonally, so they can give you a bigger number.
Yeah, we'll probably use this one. This will probably work. So you basically, well, you can eyeball it for me. I think we'll see.
Yeah, it's very close.
Very close.
12-inch.
And the other thing I realized, because I did corn tortillas in my class, that sometimes they dry up and they get smaller as you leave them out. Yeah, I don't know. They might be a little bigger.
A little bit bigger. So
they're not dried out yet.
You got a good deal.
We could do 12 1/4.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll do it this way too.
That one looks like 12.
Closer to 12.
Yeah, 12
it could
12,
be.
Yeah.
We'll do 12
we can
1/4.
get a good estimate.
Right, not 12 1/4.
So we'll open one of these.
Yes. Let's write it. I'm going to write it on the board though.
Okay.
So that we have it. We can compare them. So we have the diameter is the line that we just did. It's across the longest part in the middle. And I'll just keep saying approximately. It's actually 12 1/4. Maybe they say 12 because they make it bigger so that when it dries out, it shrinks. I don't know if this says how far it is across for these. Nope.
I'm estimating, I would guess 5.5.
It looks, what do you think? 5.5? I'll go 5.5.
Yeah.
Yes, 5.5. So this will be for the, it's a burrito, we'll say burrito tortilla because it's basically huge. It's not going to be used at tortilla. And then we'll do another color. We'll do diameter, what was it? 5.5?
5.5, yeah.
About 5.5 inches for the corn tortilla.
Right.
And then we can use this to find the circumference and the area.
So now, so are we going to compare? So
yeah.
So holding it up, we can see.
We can guesstimate.
Yeah. How many
things do you think it would go
so if
around?
We do air. Okay.
Oh, we can do. Let's do circumference first.
Circumference.
How many do we think?
How many times do you think that would roll around?
Yeah.
I would guess.
We could one. I don't know, 2? 2.5?
I would guess about 2 and a.
What do you want to guess?
I'm going to guess 2.
2. Okay, we think that we're going to say that the circumference will be about twice times 2.
Yeah.
What about the area? What do we think?
Area, I would guess 4.
4?
Yeah, I would
I'm
guess
good
4.
with that.
I'm going to say 4.5.
Okay. We'll just go about 4 for now. Maybe a little. We'll do plus.
Good. Okay. Sounds good.
All
now,
right,
what's the formula?
So what we want to do, and this is kind of cool, and actually I could probably do it here. So when you take the diameter to go around it, you actually you can take, like if that's 11, I can go 11 or 12, and I do 12, and it goes about 3 times around. And that's typically what I tell students because my brain is like, okay, if I have this, even, 1, 2, 3. Not exactly. What number is close to 3 that we know about? Oh, pi. Pi is about 3.14. So then what we can do is circumference. I'm going to do color blue. Circumference is something we call pi d, and that means it's the diameter across times pi, which is about 3.14. So it's about 3.14 times 12.25. We do have a calculator here if we want to do that. Or we can estimate 12 times 3 is like what? Probably about 40.
Yeah, about 40.
But if you want to do it.
Sure.
So 3.14. It's nice to do 3. You can go further out, 3.14, 15926, keep going. But once you get out, we're not doing big magnitude like going around the whole earth or something. So that hundredth is going to be plenty for these tortillas and these foods that I did. How do we get into graphing mode?
Okay, yeah.
3.14 times 12.25.
Times 12.25
equals 38.47, or about 38.5. You want to do that?
Yeah, 38.5, yes.
So about 38.5 inches to go around. And now we're going to do, we'll do the corn tortilla.
5.5?
So we'll do, so the corn tortilla, the circumference is also pi times diameter. So it's about 3.14 times 5.5. So what, almost about 20?
Yeah, and it's 17.27.
17 1/4-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we said it's about twice. Go ahead and do 38.5. Whoa, sorry. It's okay. 38.5 divided by 17.25. It should be about twice.
Yeah, it is. Well, it would be 34, right? 34.5, right? So that's pretty close. So your estimate was
We'll see.
close.
2 1/4 times. So the circumference is actually, we'll do this, is 2 1/4 times to go around. But that was a pretty good estimate. We thought it was about 2, a little more than 2. To go around this small thing, you got to go around this 2 1/4 times to get around this. So now we'll try area. So area, the formula, is going to be pi r squared, and I will explain that. So the best way that I can explain, I actually do a project with it, but the best way I can explain it, if we go back to this, is if I take the radius, which is like a spoke, so the diameter is all the way across, the radius is halfway. So if I make a square like this, radius squared, it would take up too much space. There'd be this extra space. But if I did that 4 times, there's another square, too much space. Another radius squared, too much space. It's all this extra space. It's a square. But if I take all these extra spaces, I don't have 4. What's less than 4? 3r squared. So there's 4r squared would be too much. You'd have full squares, all this extra. So if you take off one of those, it's about 3. And we have 3r squared, which is pi r squared. And I have students write out pi times radius because order of operations, you have to do exponents before you multiply, but people forget that. But if you write them both out, what we get is 3.14. Now we have to figure out the radius, though. If the diameter is 12.25, the radius is half the diameter, which is half of 12.25.
I figured it out as 6.13. So
about 6.13 inches. So then we do 3.14 times 6.13 times 6.13, which is
117.99, so 118 basically.
About 118 inches. Now this is squared because it's area.
Right.
So it's squared.
And the way I remember the formulas, which one is which, is that area is in squares, and so this formula has squares.
Yep.
And so that helps me remember which one it is.
But we can't do 4r squared because that would make a literal square. So
Right.
you have to do less because you have to cut off. Have you ever had like a piece of bread or something square and you cut the circle out and there's all that extra? That would be like the extra art radius squared that we're not using. And so that's why I know it's never 4. What's less than 4? 3. Oh, pi. And then for this one, the corn tortilla, the area is pi r squared, which is pi times radius. So it's about 3.14 times, I put area over there. Yes, times, what is it? Oh, half of, we need half.
It would be 2.75.
Yeah, radius is half the diameter, which is half of 5.5, which is what? About what?
2.75.
Oh, yeah, 2.75. This one works out a little easier. Inches. Okay,
And
so now
then-
times 2.75. I'm almost done. Times 2.75. Otherwise, you look up here and you might not know where it's coming from, which is about,
23.74.
23. I'll just use 0.75 since we were kind of doing by the
Yep,
quarters.
that'd be good. Yep.
Inches squared. All right. Take our 118
No,
and
good.
divide by
118 divided by, what is it?
23.75.
0.75. So what's your estimate?
Remember, it was 4.
Okay, so it's 4.96.
4.96.
Yeah, so almost 5 times as much.
Ooh, so more. Almost about 5 times as much.
Yeah.
So I believe if you do 2.25 squared. Yeah. So what happens is when you do ratios, this is a whole separate segment, but if you do length, if you have a, say, 1:2 ratio for length, then if you have area, now you go 2 by 2, you have a 1:4. But if you do volume, you have a 1 by 2 by 2 by 2 because you're taking it there. So if we know circumference is a single length, 1 to 2.25, then we could have just squared the 2.25, and 2.25 squared is about 5. And we could have gotten the area without actually finding it. But the point of today is to find the area and circumference.
Right.
But that's kind of cool because that's how you can compare one-dimensional ratios to area, two-dimensional ratios to volume, even weight, three-dimensional ratios.
And then if you're cooking, I mean, just in comparison, this would require almost 5 times
5 times
much
yes,
filler. So
yes, 5 times as much filler. Yes,
Yeah,
whether
to make
whatever you're putting beans or
whatever, yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh,
you'd
that's
get
cool.
So just to, as far as application of,
Yes.
of finding that out.
Yes,
So,
and also what's kind of cool is you can kind of think about it. Like if you know for the corn tortilla that it's about 5 inches to go around, you can kind of, is it, diameter's 5.5, oh, 17. You can kind of go like, oh, to go around it is like 7. You can kind of visualize it. Like that's why when people don't know where to move the decimal place, if you say like 172, and you're like, wait, what? I do that with students. I'm like, do you think it's 172
times around
inches to get around here? Once it shows again, I'll show you.
Yeah.
How to get around it.
Okay, yeah, so that's all.
Yeah, so basically, what you want to do is you want to make sense. So if you think of 17 to go around here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it makes sense. If you accidentally move the decimal wrong, that's what I was saying. It doesn't take 172 inches. You have to like think about it when you do math. Right. The other thing, the area for this was 24 inches. Think of square inches. And if you think of square inches, then you can see that it's about 24 square. Oh wait. Yeah. I like to show it like visually with the thing. If you have like, I'll just wait a second. I guess I can do this.
Yeah.
But logically, you can fit like 24 square inches in this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to make it make sense. You don't want to just get random numbers and the numbers mean nothing to you. Also, the area or circumference can tell you what you're fitting it in terms of cooking and that kind of stuff. All right, cool. Let's do something else. Want to do the cornbread?
Yeah. And then you can talk about volume with that one. Yeah, so I thought the exact same thing. So we can measure that.
Yes, we're going to see how thick this cornbread is. And it's like a cylinder, so we can do three-dimensional things with it.
So we still have that we're going to figure out the area, right?
Yeah,
so we need the
diameter.
Diameter.
I wonder if it says on here. Probably not. It's probably weight.
Yeah, I think so too. What do you think? You want to
we can pull it over a little bit to the edge. There we go.
About 6.5.
Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay. 6.5. Yes. We'll switch pages. Plus. All right. So now we have cornbread. It's a very thick cornbread circle. It is. So the diameter is about, what did we say? Sorry, 6.5?
6.5, yes.
Well, and then we need the radius. So the radius.
3.25?
Yes, we can do the 3 and just divide by 2. Half the diameter, which is half of 6.5 inches, which is 3.25 inches. I should be doing approximately because you guesstimate. And then we remember that area is pi r squared.
Okay, so we can figure out the
area is pi r squared. So now that's going to be the bottom of it. So then we have about 3.14, if you want to try on the calculator.
Okay.
Times, what is it, 3.25? Times 3.25. Yeah, I was telling my own children that if you accidentally square the diameter instead of the radius, well, the diameter is 2 radii. I'll just do this off to the side. If you square that, you're actually going to get 4r squared. So you're going to get 4 times the area if you accidentally square the diameter. And we're going to cross this off. If you square the diameter, you are going to get 4 times as much. You're not going to get the regular amount that you want. Anyway, what did you get?
I got 33.16.
33.16, sure, why not? We'll go to that. Inches squared. So that's the area. But if we want volume and we want to take it another level and have
a little bigger
volume,
than that. Okay.
Then the volume is always the base area, big B base area times the height. So what our base area is, big B means base area. So my base area is pi r squared, so it's about 33.16 inches times the height. Did you get it?
1.5.
It's kind of hard to go through. You got it?
Yeah, 1.5.
1.5?
Yep.
It's 1.5 inches tall, so now we're creating, here, I'll do this swirly. We're creating all this volume all the way up.
Right.
Because this little is 2 inches. What did you say? Oh, sorry, 1.5. Here we go.
So it's how much space it takes up.
Yes. Okay. I was just going to show what this is, 1.5 inches. Yep. Okay, so then we get that the volume is about, did you do the 1 times 1.5?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So we're taking 33 times like 1.5, so what, like 50
okay,
almost?
so yeah, 49.74. And then
So it's about 49.74 square inches of cornbread. You'll probably get pretty full. It feels pretty
that's a big good.
So if you, not squared, what is
Cubed.
it? It is cubed.
Three dimensions,
are in 3 dimensions.
Right. Because we have width, width and width because it's circular.
Yes, radius times pi. But what's cool, or we could say it's about 50 cubic inches.
Yeah.
That seems better. So cubic inches are pretty cool because that's where you're going to take like an inch on here and you're going to cube it. So you're basically going to make it be 3-dimensional. So it's like this.
Like a cube.
And then you imagine that makes, I like it to be realistic. So you have like a little cube, that'd make 50 cubes because it'd probably almost be like 2 layers or 1.5 layers.
Yeah.
So you got 50 little cubes that fit in there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do with math. Again, don't just do the random numbers. Go back to the thing you're working with and see if it like logically makes sense. Because I've been on the show and we've done like math and been like, wait, that doesn't actually work. Oh wait, we forgot. And then you figure it out. Right. Persevere.
Yeah, definitely. So.
All right, let's finish with the pi. I think we should do the pi. The full
pi. And we're going to pretend it's a straight-sided pi, right?
Or we could just do circumference and area.
Okay, so we just do, okay.
Yeah, why not? Just do one more practice.
We'll bring this
So
one
this will
in.
work for most pies. We'll see what this is across. Typically, they are 9 inches.
Yeah,
that's a typical pie pan. If you go to the store, is a 9 inches.
Pan, right?
Okay.
And with the crust, it's like on
so we'll be silly and call it a pie pan.
Okay.
Is typically, I don't know. Typically 9 inches. It's a PIE pan, but it's fun. Typically 9 inches. You can get way bigger ones, but that's typical. So if we do that, we'll just do the circumference. So to remember what the circumference is, remember how many times it goes around the diameter. It's going to go around 3 approximately. So it's pi times diameter, which is about 3.14 times 9 inches, which is about
almost 30, but so it's going to be 28.26.
All right, 28.26 inches. If you ended up eating the whole outside of the crust, don't do that if it's your family's pot, but you would eat about 28 inches of crust to eat around the whole crust. Right. Sometimes that's the best part, though.
So we're measuring, we'd be measuring
we can try it. Yeah, we can actually wrap it around.
Yeah.
Just to see if it actually works.
About
I mean, it will work, but you know what I mean? Like,
right. Well, this is 9.5, so we have to measure the inside. I think this would be a better one to do.
I see. Because we're going around. Well, we can take off a little. It's just fun because it's actually plastic, so it can do it. What did we say we're supposed to be at?
About 28.26.
28.26. Yeah, we're a little further. We're at like 31, but we are literally going around the. Yeah. We could try the inside. Yeah. This is math science. It's fun. Yeah. So we could average it out.
And then when you figure out volume, things like if you're making a bunch of pies and you want to figure out how much you have to or you mix up a bunch of batter, let's say for pecan pies, and how many you're going to fill, then this would be
Yes, this is about 24.
Yeah, about 24, yeah.
And what was the other one? Do you remember what
32.
Was it 31? 24.
Yeah.
And then, 31. We could average it. 24 plus 31.
Divided by 55, 27.5.
Woo! So it's somewhere in between because you're going to go out to like under the plastic, the crust.
And that would be very close to where we're at.
So it's kind of in between that innard and then the plastic.
Right.
Yeah, let's try area.
Estimating. Okay.
Area. So area is, it's fine, I'll keep the same color.
4.5, right? Is the
Pi r squared, yes. So we need to do, I'll do that right here. So radius is half the diameter. I think of it like a tire spoke. Like halfway across. Half the diameter, which is half of 9 inches, which is 4.5 inches. We got
63.58.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're quick. 3.14 times radius, which is
63.58.
63.58 square inches for the area.
And we're
so
using
that means that you could get, if you just ate the top layer with the crust and the pecans, you get 58 square inches, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
lots of those.
11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, you could figure it out that it would end up being that. But that's how much you'd get to eat. But then you get to eat some depth. But it actually goes like a truncated or piece of like a cone. Yeah, we got pizzas last night, frozen from E&F. They were like from Marcelli's. And then afterwards, our 3 kids on the pizza boxes found the circumference and area.
Oh, very cool.
Just to practice. It's just a good skill to practice. You need it in school. You can use it in real life.
Right.
You want to do one of these?
Sure. Do you want to,
I've never had one, but
I just,
I don't know. I was going around Winco finding circle things. All right, it's a little more fun than an English muffin, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll pull it out. Why not? Pull one out. It'll be a little messy, but that's okay. It's like a cooking show.
I'll move the pie by me.
All right,
okay?
let's see. Okay, what's
You
the
got yours?
diameter? Oh, you want to do this?
Yeah.
We'll use this again.
Okay.
Okay. 3.5.
3.5.
3.5. I'll go with 3.5.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. I lost my pins. Oh, these.
No, not that one. That would be bad.
I don't know what this is called.
It's a cream pie.
Cream
Butter,
pie.
peanut butter cream pie.
Cream pie. So what was it said? We said the
3.5.
diameter is about 3.5.
Yeah, approximately 3.5.
So then the radius would be half,
So that
which
would
is
be
about
1.75. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
And
All right.
then circumference, which is pi d, which is about 3.14 times diameter,
Right.
which was 3.5,
Yep.
which is about 10?
10.99. You're very good.
About 11 inches.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Literally actually touch the thing.
Look at that.
Woo!
Hold it up to the camera.
Oh, there we go.
All right,
Oh,
so
wait, this way.
there it is.
11. 11.
Nice.
We proved it.
Yeah,
Woo!
very good.
All right, let's do area. Area is pi r squared, which is about 3.14 times 1.75 times 1.75, which is about...
You're faster than me.
Oh, I'm just writing it because otherwise... Yes. I can move all these
Those
things
smell
around.
good.
I know, they just smell like peanut butter.
I think I might have. Oh, I got a 33 in there. Sorry, I gotta take
Yeah,
that back.
because like 2 times 2-ish,
3.14.
times like 12, no, less than 12, maybe 11.
What was it?
1.75
1.75.
times 1.75.
5 equals
9.6.
9.6.
Ooh, it's pretty close. It's actually a little
9.6.
less. 9.6 square inches.
Yeah,
I don't know how we could like check that.
make a bunch of little squares.
Like
Well, if
one
I
is
imagine it, a square
Yeah.
on here, and then
kind of like 9, 1, 2, 3,
Right,
4,
right.
5, 6. I don't know. It needs to be a little bit longer.
yeah,
Oh, we have this.
that's
60
about an
seconds.
inch
Oh,
squared.
I can do it. I can get these off. For St. Patrick's Day.
So,
We have like this many, like 3 inches by 3 inches, right?
yeah, so that'd be about 9.
About
Very good.
9. You can see it. 3
Yeah,
by
right.
3 is 9.
So, this is a perfect excuse for you to have fun with food. Go
Fun
out
with
there and
food.
measure it, do some multiplication, practice it, use your calculator, all
Yes.
those good things.
All these things to
And you can get a
practice.
cool pie pan. This is one my wonderful wife got me. It's got
That's
the
so
pie
fun.
around the diameter, so it's an
Yes.
excuse. And
Yes.
so we will see you on Thursday. And
Yes.
thank you for watching. And go out there and measure some stuff.
Yay, pie day
Bye-bye.
yesterday. Bye.